As per the given information in this set, each of the employees working in XYZ Limited holds exactly one designation out of the given 6, and the chart shown below gives the average experience in months of employees across the 6 designation, which means the average experience of all the executives who are working in XYZ Limited is 10 years, and that of all the senior managers is 17 years. The table shows the number of employees whose experience is less or more than the average experience across the 6 designations. From the table, it can be seen that the number of executives whose experience is less than the average experience of executive, which is 10 years, is 16, and that of those executives whose experience is more than the average experience is 28. Similarly, the same thing can be seen for other designations as well. So that's all about the information given in chart and table. Now proceed to the questions. Find the absolute difference between the aggregate experience of executive with more experience than the average experience. Let the number of executives whose experience is less than whose experience is more than the average experience of all the executives be X, and the aggregate experience of executive with less experience than the average experience of executives less. Let the let the average experience of all the executives whose experience is more than the average experience be Y. From the chart, it can be seen that the number of executives whose experience is more than the average experience is 28, and that of the number of executives whose experience is less than the average experience is 16, and it should be equals to the average experience of executives into the number of executives whose experience is less than the average experience of executives, which is 16, plus the number of executives whose experience is more than the average experience of executive, that is 28. On solving, we get 4x plus 7y equals 110. We know that y is less than 10 and x is more than 10. With these conditions, we get only one solution for this equation, and this is x equals 14 and y equals 3. Therefore, the required difference will be the number of executives whose experience is more than the average experience of executive into their average age, which is 14, minus the number of executives whose experience is less than the average experience of executive, which is 16, into the average age of these executive, that is 3, which comes out as 344. So required answer is option A. Let's move to next question. In this question, it is asking the average experience of DMZ with experience more than 19 months is at least. We have to find the minimum number of DGMs whose experience is more than the average experience, that is 19 years of DGM. Proceed in this similar manner as we did in previous question. Let the number of DGM whose average experience is less than the average experience of DGM be X, and that of those DGM whose average experience is more than the average experience of all the DGMs be Y, as there are 4 DGMs whose average experience is less than the average experience of DGMs, plus there are 10 DGMs whose average experience is more than the average experience of all the DGMs is 10, and this should be equal to the average experience of all the DGMs, which is 19, and the sum of the number of DGMs whose average experience is less than the average experience of all the DGMs, plus the number of DGMs whose average experience is more than the average experience of all the DGMs, which is 10. This is equal to 266, from where we get 2x plus 5y equal to 133. Again, it can be noted that x is less than 19, which is average experience of all the DGMs, and y has to be more than this. So on checking, the solutions that we get for x and y is 4, 25, 9, 23, and 14, 21. So from these solutions, it is clear that the average experience of DGM with experience more than 19 months is at least 21 years. Hence, option B is the correct answer of this question. So that's all for this set.